What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching The Road to Beast Wars. This is just a web series. We're talking about the production of Transformers Rise of the Beast. This is episode number 23, and we're going to jump right into it right after these shoutouts. Optimus Prime Productions, Dark Kryptonian, Transformers Cars, Transformers Autobots, Transformers Universe, Ramdeem Studios, Pintori Vaz, Jose Raul, and Ivan Flores Garmara. Thank you so much for your contributions, your photos, your sharing. I appreciate it. Sharing is caring, okay? And all the fans of the Transformers fandom appreciate it as well. Let's just jump right into what we got to talk about. We got our first official look at some of the main characters, or rather the main characters, the main players in this film, but we're going to talk about that after we go through this timeline of events in the last week, okay? So let's just talk about what we've seen. First of all, big surprise, Michael Bay showing up, not actually on set, but on location, at the location where they were filming. That's Machu Picchu. He posted on his Instagram a video where he was stating that he was the only one at the location. Like, Machu Picchu, if you don't already know, in Peru, is a very touristy spot. But the tour guide left, the tours are all gone, and he was the only one there, and that must be pretty amazing to be the only one there, because you can take all the selfies you want, okay? But anyways, a lot of people were commenting that, oh my god, is Michael Bay actually directing? Like, is he directing a scene? Is he actually part of a major part of the production in terms of the creative department, creative aspect of it? No, he is not. Okay, he is providing as much input into this film as he did on Bumblebee. At the end of the day, Bumblebee was the work of Travis Knight. At the end of the day, Stephen Caple Jr. is the director for Transformers Rise of the Beast. Michael Bay is still a producer, and he will always be for all the Transformers films. I don't know about the Cybertron animated prequel, but as far as I know, for all the live-action films, Michael Bay will always be a producer there because he wants to reap some of the monetary returns. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's really there. At least I 100% don't believe that he is providing any creative input. This is Stephen Caple Jr.'s film, okay? So yeah, he's not directing. Let's move on to and let's talk about set photos. This is filming taking place in the small town of Miraz, which is they call it it's Miraz, a small town in the secret valley of the Incas. Okay, I don't know very much about Peru except for Machu Picchu. That's all I know. I mean, I knew about Machu Picchu before the filming of Transformers Rise of the Beast, because actually I know a couple of friends who actually hiked it and they went on the expedition. But besides that, I don't know very much about the Incas, the Mayan Incan pyramids. I don't know anything about that. But anyways, Miraz is a small town in the secret valley of the Incas, and the Transformers Peru page has got some photos posted by Miguel Angel R.A. Okay, and let's check out these a bunch of photos. These are photos not just from him, but also people who are around that general area and who've been posting. Okay, so check this out. This is a photo that has some captions on it. We have a big set photo, and we have Nightbird there. I'm seeing the skyline for the very first time. Nightbird, Mirage, Optimus, Volkswagen Bot, and Scourge. Okay, so let's take a look at the next photo. Optimus Prime. What a nice clean shot of Optimus Prime. We saw him roll out in Montreal. We saw him roll out in New York, and now he's here in Peru. Now here's a great look at off-road Bumblebee. It looks very different. Definitely more muscle. More weight. Not more weight, more mass. Looks like he has more mass to him. I mean, it's just because of the way he looks. He's raised, so it looks like he has more mass to him. It's the same vehicle. So the only thing that has really changed is, well, there's a number of changes. Let's take a look at this next photo. Oh, this is another good look. So they changed the front bumper. It's got the lights in the front. Obviously, the tires are bigger. They got the lights at the top with these with that metal frame, and it definitely looks like it adds more muscle to it. It's a more aggressive looking vehicle, and this is actually, to be completely honest, this is one of the bigger physical changes to Bumblebee, because you know in all the other movies we've seen Bumblebee always go from one Camaro to another Camaro of that year, to another Camaro of that other year, you know, of the next year. And honestly, you know, it does have changes, but at the end of the day, it's still that muscle car, right? This one, they're putting modifications on it, so it's quite different. But then again, in Transformers Last Night, they did heavily modify that one, but I really don't care as much about that one. But they're doing something to this Camaro, which we're actually quite used to, because we've seen this one in the very first Transformers film. Moving on, let's talk about this one. This is a Volkswagen bus, and we've seen a Volkswagen bus in Transformers Last Night. And that was I think a character named Dreadbot, I think his characters, you know, I forgot so much about Transformers Last Night, which is actually quite surprising because, like, I mean, I talked so much about it, but I spent the least amount of time rewatching that. I didn't watch Transformers Last Night that many times, but we're getting a Volkswagen van again, a Volkswagen bus again, and I'm wondering why they decided to go with that, because not only did they use it in Transformers Last Night, but I'm just thinking there's so many different characters, or not characters, alt modes that they could have picked, but they decided to pick something that they've already used, which is a little bit, I don't want to say it's disappointing, but it's just, you know, a little bit, feels a bit weird that they couldn't go with something else. Okay, now check this out. Here we get one of the Terrorcons. Okay, this is one of the Terrorcons. This is an orange and black tow truck, and I like that it's not a clean looking tow truck. You know, obviously it's been through some, like, it's dirty, and I like that it's like quite weathered, but if you take a close look, it's got the Terrorcon emblem on the side, and that is the Terrorcon emblem right there, the logo. Check that out. Now this is, I'm guessing this is Scourge, okay? If you, okay, so this matches the description of what we've learned about in the past. So it's aggressive looking Mad Max style tow truck, or just a truck. It's got 4 smokestacks, so there are your 4 smokestacks. It's got chains on it, and it just looks like something out of Mad Max. So this is it right here. Now let's take a closer look at the front, the grille, and you can see that there's the Terrorcon symbol at the top, and then if you look at the actual grills, you can actually see other logos, other symbols at the front, and I'm thinking, okay, they described it that he's like a hunter, and he kills all types of Cybertronians, not just Autobots, not just Decepticons, but everything else, whatever it be, Predacon Maximals. So I'm thinking that every time he kills one of his victims, he puts his the logo there. He puts a symbol on his front grille. All right, so that's his kill count. I'm trying to remember. Was there an Autobot that had a kill count? I think it was Hound. Did Hound have a kill count? I remember Lockdown was like also a trophy hunter as well, but he actually kept the bodies of the things that he hunted in his ship, right? But anyways, he's a full-on predator. This one right here, Scourge is a predator. He, I mean, Predator, you know, the 1987 film, not like a predator, like, you know, the one that stalks. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, I guess in a way you can. Anyways, I'm not even gonna go there. So, yeah, he's got all his trophies or his kill count on his grill. Okay, so here's another shot of Scourge. Now here's something that's different. I almost thought that these were 2 different vehicles. The smokestack on this one are not extended. The smokestack on this one are extended. So I'm not sure why, like, there are 2 versions of it. It is the same vehicle, regardless, okay? But I'm not sure why they are removed in some scenes and not the other, okay? Here are the 2 tow trucks together. This looks really, really great. And you can see that the orange tow truck is in front of Scourge, but actually Scourge is a much better vehicle. We're going to see in a couple of photos later, okay? Now we get our first look at the Skyline. Is a Skyline, Nissan Skyline GTR? Is it a GTR? I don't really know very much about it, but I'm just going to throw in the GTR there. Next to Mirage, and with the other two tow trucks, Mirage and Nightbird together. If anybody's going to do a chase, okay, if anybody's going to do a chase, like a car chase with Nightbird, it's got to be Mirage, because Mirage has already proven himself that he can outrun cops, or at least that's what we think so. I mean, obviously a Porsche is going to outrun those police cars, right? So he's already proved himself. So I would love to see Mirage go head to head with Nightbird in vehicle mode, then duke it out in robot mode. And now the thing is that look at this area that they're filming in. It's like the plains, this is like they're not fighting around ruins. They're not fighting in the city. This is just the plains, and this is, in my opinion, I think this is quite reminiscent of G1, where they would just fight in like an area which it's just flat land. It's just flat land out there, and it felt like it was like in Arizona or something like that. And what this leads me to believe, and it's time to get creative, right? They can roll around chasing each other in car chase, fight in robot mode, and then roll back, go back into alt mode again, and then chase again, because look at this big playing field they got. Moving on, here's another shot, not that much different from what we've already seen. Now here's what I really want to show you. This was posted by Stephen Kipple Jr., the director of Transformers Rise of the Beast, on his official Instagram account. The gang's all here. Check this out. These are the Autobots. This is your very first official look at the Autobots. Optimus Prime in the back. We're going to go counterclockwise. Mirage as a Porsche. On the left, we got our very first look at RC as a Ducati in the front. We got Off-Road Bumblebee to the right. And we got this mystery Autobot in the back, which was a Volkswagen bus. So it's confirmed that this Volkswagen bus is an Autobot, and there's 5 of them, okay? Now here's our first official look at the Terrorcons. There are 3 of them as far as we know, okay? So Scourge is the biggest one. He's the biggest tow truck there. We don't know who this mystery tow truck is. And then we have Nightbird. So right now, as far as we know, these are the 5 Autobots and the 3 Terrorcons. I don't think there's any more Autobots beyond what we've seen. And I'm not sure if there's any more Terrorcons beyond what we see here. I have a feeling that this is it for Terrorcons. I think it's a good idea to keep it at 5 Autobots versus 3 Terrorcons. And the reason why I think that is because we're going back to basics, okay? This film, Transformers Rise of the Beast, is going to be the new school, old school versus the new school. And what I mean by that is they're taking the best parts of what made the first film great and combining it with a bunch of fresh new ideas and making it bigger, okay? So obviously we got the G1 aesthetic of it. I mean, the G1 aspect of it. We got the Beast Wars aspect of it. We got a bit of Michael Bay action, and we got the nostalgia of Bumblebee in it. And they're gonna mix everything together and introduce Beast Wars to it, and it's gonna be amazing. Now, what I really like about this is, going back to the Autobot photo, is that there's 5 of them. The first film had 5 of them. And I think 5 of them is a great number, because not only is it reminiscent of the first film, but it actually gives a decent amount of screen time for the main characters, okay? As for the Terrorcons, I think 3 of them is good, because these guys are going to end up being, I think they're going to be very strong villains. Look at Scourge and look at the way he looks. He's going to be the strongest of them all. Then you have a minion that is this middle one, okay? This orange tow truck. I think he's the one that's going to get killed off first, okay? But then you have Nightbird, okay? Now, Nightbird, we've seen in G1, like, Nightbird is kind of like a ninja, and Nightbird is agile, so I think he's going to use, or she is going to use her agility and speed to be able to to have an advantage over the Autobots that are trying to take her down. So we have brute force from Scourge, and we got speed and agility from Nightbird, and then we have a minion, which is just going to be just a your standard Terrorcon fighter. All right, so that's why I think that 3 is a really great number. Now, what about the rest of the characters? Okay, well, we got Decepticons, which are most likely just going to be in the background. That's what I'm thinking. Going to get killed off, most likely by Scourge. We're going to see Decepticon remains as Autobots discover them. Like, who killed them? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be something stronger than something strong. It's not other Autobots, right? And then we got the introduction of the Maximals and Predacons. Now, you're probably thinking to yourselves, okay, we got 8 vehicles here. What about the rest of the characters? Well, it's nothing for you to be alarmed about, because 8 vehicles just means that they have the 8 alt modes of the characters that use practical effects. And by practical effects, I mean actual cars. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is CG, which means that the Decepticons, they will be robot modes, and they will be maybe Cybertronian robot mode, Cybertronian alt modes. Okay, so we're not going to really see a lot of Decepticons. I think we're actually going to see very, very minimal screen time for Decepticons. They're probably only going to show up in robot mode, not even realistic Earth alt modes. As for Maximals and Predacons, there's no need to have a practical alt mode of it, because, well, they're Predacons and Maximals. They're beasts. So we're only going to see them as CG characters. You know what I'm saying? Not vehicles. We're going to see them in the robot modes and their beast modes, all in CG. So the only vehicles that are that have a practical alt mode is exactly what you see right here, unless there's something that we haven't seen yet. But here they are, and I'm really excited about it. The thing is that Nightbird was never seen in Montreal. Scourge was seen in Montreal. This other one was not seen in Montreal. They only show up in Peru. Okay. As for the Autobots, we saw Optimus Prime, we saw Bumblebee and Mirage. But as for the Ducati, RC, and the Volkswagen bus, we never saw them. As far as we know, we never actually saw them. They may appear in robot mode, but that's it. And maybe they'll have a CG version of them transforming and rolling out. But as for them having the same amount of screen time as Mirage in vehicle mode, we don't really know. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, I guess they can't really involve every single Autobot in a car chase. So I guess they're just keeping it with Mirage. I mean, it makes sense because, well, he's a Porsche and, it's a flashy vehicle. But it seems to me that I think it's already a given, considering that all the characters are there, that this is the battlegrounds for this is the grounds for the final battle. This is the final battleground, and all the players are here. The gang's all here, and at the end of it all, they show up to Peru, and then it's just like, the Autobots reunite in Transformers Age of Extinction, where, the music comes on, the drums start rolling, and then and then the Autobots arrive. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, the Terrorcons arrive for this big final battle. So I'm pumped. I'm really, really excited. They still got... today is October the 6th. I believe there's more filming for another day. Okay, October 7th. Okay, I don't know if there's more filming beyond that. I don't know if they're going to go back to Montreal. But it seems like they're going to wrap up pretty soon. If not already wrapped up. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be wrapped. And what happens after that? So we got... well, first of all, you don't have to worry about all these updates, because there's plenty more. There's going to be concept art reveals or leaks. There's going to be marketing. There's going to be trailers, teasers, TV spots, Super Bowl. There is going to be toy fair, toy leaks, and more photos, official photos from Hasbro, revealing the toys. So there's a lot to talk about, but I think we're at the tail end of production, and they're going to wrap pretty soon. But it's so great to see this official look at the characters, the ones that have practical alt modes, because we've been waiting for this, especially since we've only seen Mirage, Optimus, and Bumblebee. It's time to see some other characters, and we're finally getting them. And I'm just most excited about the Terrorcons, because I'm ready to see new evil adversaries that are not named Megatron or Galvatron. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to see something new, and it looks like we're going to get something very, very different. My name is Alex Yu. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more video updates. I'm so excited. Follow me on Instagram at the Ragin Nation, and I'm also on Twitter at Ragin Nation at Ragin Nation. Okay, and I'm also on Facebook. Anyways, my name is Alex Yu, and I'll see you next time. Peace.